All right, well, I think we'll go on and kick off. So it's first thing on a Monday morning. Lots of people are flying in, so figure more people will filter in kind of through the course of the day, but we'll go on and start now. So hello, everyone. I am Heather Kirksey. I am the VP of Ecosystem and Community for the LF Networking set of projects. And I just want to welcome everyone to the mini summit. Really glad that you're here. Really excited that we've got a great lineup today of different things that we're going to talk about for FIDO. So you can see the agenda here. A couple quick logistical things. Breaks will be right out there at the door where you may have already gotten some coffee. And then lunch, we are on our own. There is a cafe in the hotel next door. You can also take the metro into the city center. It's only about a 10-minute metro ride, and it is an hour and a half for lunch. So if you wish to do that, that works as well. Or you can just go to the hotel. Bathrooms are sort of out that direction. I haven't found the men's room, but the ladies' room, which only applies to me apparently looking around the room, is right out sort of where they're building the show floor. So, and then for speakers, if you can come and just bring up your own laptop, we'll be just running presentations from people's individual laptops. All right, so I actually started getting involved with the FIDO community. I don't know, Ed, what was that, maybe about a year and a half ago? Yeah, about a year and a half ago. And it's one of those projects at the time, it was still kind of stealth. It was, kind of doing some really cool work, but sort of under the radar. And I've just been really extraordinarily excited and pleased to see sort of like the growth of the community. I think the growing awareness of the work that's going on here. I think sort of the work that FIDO's been doing with Cloud Native that we'll be hearing obviously a bit more about today is really exciting. I think it's just one of the really interesting cutting edge projects that we've got going on in the LF networking umbrella. You can kind of see here sort of that we've got lots of companies that are contributing, sort of we had seed code from Cisco, but from then it's really become a diverse community with lots of different companies putting effort into the code base. And that's also reflected here, where you can kind of see the growth of the number of commits. So we're up to, I think, just around under 10,000 commits, and you can see that sort of, up and to the right sort of direction, which is always exciting. And then also on the orgs, you can kind of see how the diversity, we're at about, let's see, just around 60 right now. And if you could sort of compare that to about a year ago, where we were under 40, that's really great growth sort of over the course of a year for a project like this. And then you can also kind of see the number of contributors growing. So it's really exciting to kind of see the developer community growing here. A little bit of an overview for FIDO. So I know a lot of the folks here are kind of maybe in the FIDO community already. Could I just see a show of hands, like how many people are currently actively engaged in FIDO? And how many people are kind of new here and looking to figure out what's going on with FIDO? All right, great. Well, especially happy to see y'all. So welcome. Sort of an overview, FIDO basically is a really super fast data plane, and kind of does that kind of sort of by being in user space, by leveraging DPDK, and then also sort of the coolness that's part of VPP. As a project, there are a number of sub-projects. There are the management agents, Honeycomb, which is an integration into the Open Daylight SDN controller. What is HC2 VPP, Ed?
It's the modularity involved with Honeycomb.
Okay, all right, cool.
Basically making it possible to build agents for other things as well.
Okay, cool. And then we've got the various projects going on with the packet processing, obviously VPP being sort of the big thing there. Also an ODP plugin, things to enable NSH headers, Go libraries, P4 integration, and kind of the newest project that we've got, DMM. So kind of congratulations to that project, sort of coming on, getting going, some stuff for the network I/O, and then obviously our various testing and support things. For those of you who don't know, for most of my time at the LF, I was, before we brought projects together to form the LF networking umbrella, I was the executive director of OPNFV, and we do testing and integration sort of across different projects. And we have a release coming out tomorrow, and one of the things that we've been highlighting is our Fast Data Stacks project, which is the FIDO integration project within OPNFV. And we've definitely been getting a lot of really sort of interested reactions from the press for that. I've just been doing a bunch of briefings. So, you know, one of the things that I found is sort of the awareness of this has just been getting a lot higher, and it's been fun to sort of celebrate this work kind of in the context of other projects too. I know ONAP, for example, and a lot of their use cases are depending on FIDO to provide the really performant data plane for a lot of the use cases. And then obviously Honeycomb is an open daylight integration. And then we'll be hearing later about some cloud native integrations. So we're seeing a lot of different other projects in the industry really depending on the work that's going on in FIDO, which is great. So FIDO, obviously at the heart of FIDO is something called VPP, Vector Packet Processing, and that is sort of the, the fast data plane. And what's, the cool sort of takeaway from that is you can get terabit data plane services on commodity white box hardware. So, with the move to things like NFV and the move to things like white box, being able to get that really performant data plane on commodity servers is really important. Also, sort of the kind of improvement today, we're getting 3.28 sort of instructions per cycle out of a maximum of 5. So like really just efficient use of hardware and really fast work. So to kind of set up today's sort of agenda, we've got sort of the talks are grouped in sort of clusters of themes. So we're starting off kind of with open benchmarking and some overview. Then we've got a couple of talks on the user space host stack. Then Kubernetes Envoy integration, which here at KubeCon I'm sure is going to be one of the sort of more interesting topics probably for the cloud native groups. Broadening the hardware support. I know when we started it, definitely sort of Intel was very much in there, and then we've had ARM come in, so we're definitely getting multiple hardware architecture supported in here, and that's very exciting. Then cloud native, NFV, and then expanding the ecosystem. And we're going to end on that expanding the ecosystem with a panel that I will be moderating with a couple folks from the community who are going to kind of talk about their experiences onboarding into FD.io. And so here you can kind of see the lineup again and sort of see those groupings. And just as a general thing, we do have a handheld mic up here for questions. So I don't know about all sort of the presenters, but I know at least many of us sort of are happy to take questions, and even feel free to ask questions kind of maybe in the context of presentations. You don't have to wait till the end, and I can help run around and bring microphones to folks. So with that, did you have a question? Oh, you're waving hi. Okay. I'm like, ooh, questions already. This is exciting. I haven't even really given much content yet. I'm sorry? These boots are from Heritage Boot Company in Austin, Texas. And I lived in Texas for 20 years. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area now. And you can take a girl out of Texas, but you can't take Texas out of the girl. So anyway, so with that, we can kick off and start going into our presentations.